Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the eISL, powered by Coca-Cola, with Hero as our associate sponsor, Nordwind Gaming as our esports partner, and PlayStation as our platform partner. Now, my name is Tia, and I am here joined by Azim for the matchup between what is going to come up is the Odisha FC matchup. So I have to ask you, Azim, it's going to be an exciting affair seeing two teams who are not necessarily at the top of the table like we just saw. So what do you think? Do you think we might see something new from them?
Well, let's find out. Of course, this is the eISL. We are playing this over 4 months, 11 teams from the Hero ISL, 22 players, 110 matches. So lots of us to talk about and cast about and commentate on. Finals 19 to 21st of March, and then the winning team basically then become enemies and fight it out for the right to represent India in the FIFA Global Series 2022.
And a lot to fight for. Besides that, of course, there's a massive prize pool, 78 lakhs up for grabs, and there's something in there for the top four teams, of course, but also for the player that truly catches our eye, is able to dazzle with some amazing performances. I'm excited to see who takes that nifty 4 lakh in the back.
Yeah, and of course, just to reconfirm that these are Indian rupees and not foot coins.
Yeah.
Although, I mean, the amount of players you could buy with those amount of foot coins is incredible. But of course, these guys don't need foot coins. They just need. Well, they have unlocked accounts. As we have a look at the table, Odisha FC 2 games played, one loss, 1 draw. So just a point so far. We saw them with their draw just yesterday. And Bengaluru FC, a little hit and miss, a little hot and cold through the season. Started off really strong, looked really good, but the form has been very lopsided since then. 2 wins, three losses, negative goal difference for them, obviously. And they have won a reasonable amount of games within their matches. They're not particularly interested in drawing games, so it's either win or loss really usually for them. And interesting to see how this pans out. I do believe our first game is going to be Varsi versus Shubham Tum Tum Tum, and game 2 is Sagnik versus Dugal Gal Gal Gal. I mean, I'm just going to say that for consistency purposes. But yeah, either way, it's going to be interesting. I think Shubham is probably the senior tier player or the higher ranked player for Odisha, whereas Sagnik, of course, is the higher ranked player for Bengaluru. So I think they're trying to maybe play it a little safe in that sense. Both teams saying that, you know what, we're going to let our number 1 go against our number 2 and try to get 1 win each. And then because CA is casting, we have to take it to the co-op game to decide it.
Oh boy, if that pattern actually continues, I'm going to be baffled for sure, but I'll take it, the intensity that we get in every set is amazing to watch. But also, I did notice on the, okay, we're just going to get it started. This is amazing. But
All
I
right.
noticed on the leaderboard that Odisha FC have only won one game so far. So that maybe a draw is what like they might be looking for in the second match, but with Shubham here, definitely will want to win.
I mean, I think that's the second match, and they drew the second one, and of course lost the first one. But for now, it is of course Odisha FC in black, Bengaluru FC in white. It's a very standard, straightforward black versus white. It's almost like a game of football organized on a local football turf, saying wear white and come, and you guys wear black and come. But for now, the layouts and teams looking fairly straightforward. Varsi on the attack over here. Shubham has shown he's got quite a lot of interesting tactics and tricks up his sleeve. But for now, wearing that lovely Wakanda Forever jersey of Odisha FC, it is going to be Shubham trying to construct something and seeing what he can do to upset Varsi and just sort of break his flow, break his rhythm.
I do notice Varsi's got Matthaus in the midfield here, so a small, of course, self-customization change there, preferring that particular player. But towards the front, we've got the classic Ronaldo and Pele combo, and I think that's where Shubham looking to push on the pressure, got it to Pele, but so far Varsi looking compact in the defense, not many gaps to exploit, but Shubham able to create one. The run was there for Ronaldo, but instead running down the wing, the
Oh,
cutback
it's
is there,
cut
but
back,
oh!
and he still has it with Vieira, just trying to work that shooting opportunity. They're just taking shots for fun. It's an absolute
Oh
pinball in there, and then
no!
Mbappe ends up tripping over the ball. Bit of a laugh from Shubham there as well. Well, the physics fails are occasionally fun. And yeah, so early alarm bells, early warning signs there for Varsi and Bengaluru FC. Obviously, Shubham is going to look to be aggressive and attack as much as he can. Varsi, we know, is a player who's very good on attack himself. Takes his time building up. Both him and Sagnik are fairly patient when it comes to the build up. They wait for that opportunity to sort of rear its head and then finally go for the kill. And slightly fortunate to win that ball back. And now let's see, is he going to fire it into Ronaldo? You can see that that middle passing lane very congested. So doing the right thing, then going wide, trying to create space that way, and just got to keep shifting that defense around, keep moving from side to side, and then suddenly maybe that one mistake, maybe that one little opening, and there you go. There is an opening, but well defended, and no great pointers either way. So far, you can see Varsi playing his natural game. He wants to just dominate possession and take control that midfield. Shubham, bit more dynamic, a bit more mercurial in that sense. Has a hybrid style. Sometimes goes very direct. Sometimes is patient. We see him work interesting set piece routines as he finds the ball in. Will he go for the chip? He does, and it's off
Oh!
the crossbar. How
Oh.
desperately unlucky is that? It was beautifully worked over there. The ball in behind for Pele went for the absolutely right option with the chip over there, and just so desperately unlucky. And now Varsi is in behind over here. Will
Oh
he go for
no.
that shot across goal? He goes for the shot fake. There's all sorts of chaos happening over there. And again, I think there's a little bit of the pressure getting to Varsi because I would have expected him to just have the
Oh.
shot over there as he attempts to win the ball back, but it is finally a throw for Odisha and Shubham.
Yeah, the pace finally getting reset. It was back to back for a second there, but now Shubham once again with the ball control, trying to move in, has a run here in from Pele, but not going to opt to take it just yet. Well, initially we did get to see a lot of direct plays from Shubham, a manual run triggered hold on, but again, just gonna opt to build it up and play it slow. And so far, it's working out for him brilliantly. He's able to catch out Varsi in these moments and play it perfectly. Let's see one more chip, maybe. I really do want to see that chip goal. We haven't seen it so far.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, I think we've seen one early in the tournament, but I think there has only been just the one. I believe it was Saranch who pulled it off, and now he's in behind but offside.
Yeah, and yeah, hopefully we get to see our second chip goal today because we see Shubham definitely opting for that because that's one of the few things that we've noticed that players are hesitant to do, right? Where they don't always go for the chips, they try to get the 100% like tap in, and usually that never works out. So it's exciting to see a player just leaning into his pure instinct and trying to make it work. But as we know, Varsi as well is not a player who just mucks around. He's has been on a bit of a hit and miss kind of form, similar to Bengaluru itself. But when he gets going, it is nigh impossible to stop those attacks.
Yeah, I mean, Bindra Tej from 80 kmb will attest to that fact,
Yeah.
having been 5-2 up and then within the space of 15 in-game minutes, finding himself losing 6-5. So Varsi does have that dynamism, he does have that explosiveness about him when needed, but generally prefers to play a more conservative game, especially when it's nil-nil. He's happy to wait for that opportunity. He doesn't want the game to sort of descend into chaos and be chasing just be chasing the game or forcing his hand. He likes to maintain control and be absolutely sure of what he's doing. And now he's running with Theo Hernandez, just about managing to keep that in. Again, taking his time to Matthias. Now with Pele, he has the option of either Ronaldo, passes it back to Gullit. Now Ronaldo, and yeah, very, very, very compact, well defended so far by Shubham. He's using those defensive midfielders really, really well, and games sort of settle down a little bit every time Vasi has the ball. You know how it's going to play out. He's just searching for that incision, that precise pass to get in behind enemy lines. But for now, Shubham very, very organized.
Yeah, and that conservative play from Vasi very much evident. So much so that I think he did not notice the clock running out. Could have gone just for maybe a last ditch Hail Mary there. But that's okay. We go into halftime at 0-0. And honestly, yeah, this and of course the chip. I feel like Shubham only had the clear cut chances in this half. So for Varsi, we definitely need to see a lot more of an effort to try and get into that final third because Shubham is looking scary. Oh, that's so
Oh,
close.
that was so close. Very unlucky. Probably deserved it just for being brave enough to go for the chip.
Yeah.
I did see Dougal immediately after halftime. Immediately he had something to whisper into Shubham's ear. Maybe something that he spotted, maybe a weakness, maybe a pattern or to something that Varsi is doing. It's very important to have teammates not just there for moral support but also as scouts
Yeah.
to see what is happening off the ball, because you're usually focused on where the ball is, where your shape is, not necessarily on what the opposition is doing all the time. So let's see, maybe could be a bit of a genius master stroke from Dugal on the side as the second half kicks off.
Yeah, we'll have to see if it immediately pays dividends or not, whatever it is. But right now, we see changes. Ronaldo on for Eusebio, and I believe, yeah, that has to be R7. So it is
Yeah.
going to be a lot more presence in the box, of course. So perhaps a couple of crosses here and there. Perhaps the advice was, hey, Shubham, he's leaving his flanks really open. I think you can maybe go for the wide place.
Yeah, absolutely. He could be looking for wide players. We have seen him score from crosses before. This time though, it is Varsi, and
Oh,
he's worked the opening and goes for the finesse shot. Well saved by the keeper in the end,
oh,
and he's got goal. It's surely a goal this time, and
yeah.
it is worked that well. Probably, I mean, got a bit unfortunate with the finesse shot the first time around, but Rubber the Green goes his way. Bengaluru FC have the lead, and now Shubham, who's been arguably the more threatening to score in that first half, he has it all to do, and he needs to find the back of the net.
Yeah, and he's definitely going to lose some tempo because of this. But already you can see Varsi showing us his tactics. The striker drop back there. I think it outlines exactly what kind of player he is. Happy to play it slow on the attack and happy to get his striker back on the defense to make it just that teensy bit more compact. But Shubham perhaps feeling the pressure. Tried to go for a through ball down the byline, but instead just gave away a throw. And now Varsi is not going to give it back.
Yeah, I mean that's a bit unfortunate for Shubham because it's one of those passes, particularly in this game. I think that through ball down the line was, especially if it's a lofted ball, was very easy to execute in FIFA 21.
Mhm.
In 22, occasionally maybe it's just been a little bit nerfed, so occasionally it doesn't quite go exactly where you want it.
Yeah, but Ronaldo here moving in. Varsi just playing with Shubham's heart here, trying to set up a play
Yeah.
off his own. But yeah, just going to play it safe. I really like this approach, especially after the match we got to see.
Ooh.
But oh, maybe a bit of Casascos.
Yeah, as always. But again, it gets very difficult to hold on to that ball, particularly when if your opponent is applying constant pressure.
Yeah.
It seems in theory pretty easy to just keep hitting pass after pass. But now he's got the option to get Ronaldo in behind Ronaldo 9, that is. But Ronaldo 7 on the ball, keeps it well, working to find that opportunity, and suddenly he's got an overload with Pele. He's got
Oh,
two at the back, and is that a penalty?
oh yeah.
It does look like it's a penalty. It does look like maybe Varsi throw in a desperate lunge in there, and now the games begin. The controllers get hidden. What's going to happen over here? It looks like the game has. No, has the game? Oh no, there we go. Thankfully, the game is not frozen. And what's it
Oh,
going to
red
be?
card.
Is it going to be? And is it? It is a red card. Yes, it is a red card for Maldini as well. That's a bit of
Oh
a.
boy.
Ooh, now things get very interesting for Varsi because man down. I'm not entirely sure why that's a red card. Maybe it's just one of those programming things that okay, you've put in a sliding tackle as the last man, not won the ball, and now some discussions. I mean, what's he going to do now? Because usually the meta is 4-4-2. You would expect now maybe he'll go to 4-4-1, get that defender into the back, and you see that. Again, using manual passing, not something we see very often over there
Uh,
from Shubham, where he
wow,
used
that's
that
unfair.
R3. Yeah, I think that was he went for the slide tackle, hoping to clear it away and win the ball, but eventually just collected the man. And now definitely advantage to Shubham over here. And I mean the way the cliche of football goes, occasionally it's harder to break down a team of 10 men than it is to break down a team of 11. And for Sagnik, of course, this also throws his possession based game slightly out of the window because there's less people to pass to right now, less openings to create. So if he can salvage something from this, still manage to score a goal, that would be pretty impressive.
Yeah, absolutely. Because as you can see from the substitution, Cruyff coming off. So, as you mentioned, the wing presence are going to be lesser, and already that pressure being felt. Shubham now on the counter has the ball set up for Ronaldo to Ronaldo and going to try to run on the wing. But damn, that's why you play Cafu over Carlos Alberto for most people.
Yeah, and interesting to see once hopefully the radar will start to show us how he set it up. Might just be a 4-4-1. Is definitely not a diamond because there's plenty of width on offer. He's got Hernandez and Mbappe. He's got Mbappe in behind. Will he go for? Oh, got a bit lucky there. It looked like that may have gone out for a corner, but yeah. Now on defense, I'm not sure on defense it's going to impact him as much because obviously it's the same sort of six players, the four defenders and the two defensive midfielders who do most of the dirty work at the back. But on attack, I think he's going to find it a bit tricky. If he wants to attack, obviously he's going to have to try and get one of his midfield bodies forward, and there on the counter, that's where the opportunities for Shubham will start to open up. But for now, Varsi looking relatively comfortable on the ball. Doesn't look like he's man down. He's got Matthias and Gullit in there to marshal things, and only the three up top. So as opposed to the regular four that you see. So let's see. It's working this relatively well and almost able to thread that pass through, but now has to sit and defend again. And a pause cued by Odisha FC. Maybe he wants to go even more attacking.
Yeah, perhaps looking to exploit the fact that, as you mentioned, it is a 4-4-1 from the side of Varsi. So here I want to see what Shivam really does come up with, maybe even a formation change, because when you have that 4-2-3-1 with the two CDMs, it is much harder to be very quick on the counter attack. And as you rightfully mentioned, it is going to be the counter attack where he can find that extra gap because of the lack of the man. Because Varsi looks very compact and very composed in the game as well to allow for a gap to just come up without that counter. So for right now, the pressure most definitely on both of the players. Varsi to try and hold on to this draw or perhaps even get a goal. But for Shubham to definitely get that win, it's one man advantage for him. And look at this, he's going for Messi over Pele, Varsi.
Yeah, I think that is interesting. And Salah in for Odisha FC. So I think both players looking now to have players who can take a like cut in from that right and take that finesse shot. We do see Salah over here. Both of them are immediately going to be looking at every boss, but he's given the ball straight back. And now with Mbappe, he's going to run for the hills. Well, not quite. He's going to take his time. And ooh, I can see what he was going for there, but so could Shubham, unfortunately for Varsi. And now with
Oh,
Messi unable to find Ronaldo 9 over there, and as they've set up, it does look like a flat 5 at the back. It's basically a 5-3-1 being played for by Bengaluru right now, and also well, it's still a 4 at the back as we see now. Ronaldo 7, he gets the cross in at the far
oh.
post, but Salah fluffs his lines, and you just wonder maybe if it was Pele there with that right foot, would it have made the difference? Trying the long ball over there. Oh, okay, that was a bit. That was a bit crazy from Van der Sar in that moment, and even crazier as he throws the ball back to Bengaluru FC, and now with just the clock ticking down, will he just hold on to possession, wait for it to hit that 90 mark, and then try to go for the kill? I wonder.
I mean, this is definitely favoring Varsi so far because the clock nearing the end of the game and he still has the ball. No pressure applied from Shubham, no sense of urgency, not even a sign of desperation. It's kind of weird because I would have totally expected all three of those things as he tries to get
Here
the
we
win. But
go. It's Messi
oh,
on the ball, the super sub, and
uh,
fluffs his lines, and that surely is that. He's very annoyed with himself there, Shubham. He's really going to feel that he had the opportunity with that red card to steal that game and get the win. But the draw specialists Odisha FC have another draw to their tally, and now it's Dugal TV versus Sagnik, and I have to say in that sense maybe just about advantage Bengaluru FC. A draw, very hard fought, very tactical draw by the end of it, and Varsi I'm sure will be the happier out of the two.
Yeah, after that red card, I think Varsi will definitely take this draw, especially since he knows that he can rely on Sagnik to try and get the win in this game too. So we'll have to see if Dougal can step up to the plate, because definitely this match itself favoring ex-Sagnik slightly. But coming back to the highlights of this match, in the first half, it really looked like Shubham all the way through, but Varsi bouncing back at the start of the second half, it really kind of, I think, threw Shubham off his mark.
Yeah, absolutely. And well, Shubham will just be. Wish he could just take that back and apply just a millisecond less of power to that chip shot over there. This was very well worked for Varsi. See a pat on the back from his teammate, but yeah, I mean, I find maybe that's one of those slightly unfair penalties where it wasn't really. It was more the physics than the actual input of the player that led to that happening. But of course, changed the game completely, turned it completely on its head. This was the moment, right, where he went for. I'm not sure whether he went for a cross or a shot there in that moment from Salah, but if he had Pele there, I wonder if he would have managed it. And you can see the expected goals there, close to 3 for Odisha, but only scoring the 1. Bengaluru, well, rather sticking to their stats. But despite being man down for a majority of the second half, still more passes. And I think the tackle statistic over there, it tells you somewhat the issue that Shubham was having, where he's very compact and set up. But when he needs to aggressively try to win the ball, it's not something that he actually tries to do, with just 2 tackles attempted in the entire game. So that's quite curious, and maybe a stat that he'll look at and maybe be more proactive on defense in games in the future.
Yeah, because even the interceptions he has, most of them are not the aggressive midfield interceptions that we usually see. They're those laid-back defensive interceptions where he's cutting down those passing channels. So definitely, I absolutely agree. I think that's something he needs to be able to adapt to if he is given an opportunity like that. But will be ruining, especially that Salah shot. You can see the shot accuracy not the greatest of, and I think we can attribute that to a little bit of panic, perhaps. It regularly happens to me when I'm 11 versus 10 and thinking I'm just going to be able to cruise through this match. The panic starts coming in when you miss a shot or two, and then it just spirals from there.
Yeah, but for now, obviously, the focus has to shift to Sagnik and Dougal TV, well, let's quickly, I think, go over. We do have Shubham along with us, so let's see if we can get his views. Shubham, hard luck for that. Unfortunately, red card ka advantage nahi le paye. So, how are you feeling right now?
Not gonna lie, I'm really disappointed that I couldn't make the most of it, because I should be, but there was one thing on my mind, that if I risk it all and if I concede, then it's gonna be a lot of pressure on Dougal. So I had to be compact there. I had to wait. I had to wait to make that chance clear, but I couldn't.
Yeah, it was unfortunate, but as you said, at least the draw making sure now Dougal does not have as much pressure. And I will ask from you, like, this is of course Odisha's third matchup. So how is the gelling going on between you and your teammate? How has the journey been so far for you guys?
Of course, it took a lot of time for us to. It took at least 14 days for us to play the first game, and it was like really weird to see all of them playing, and I was just sitting in the hotel room waiting. So yeah, it's good to play on the bounce regularly, and even we have a game tomorrow. So let's see. We are doing good. We couldn't get the 3 points yesterday, which was really disappointing too. We thought Ronaldo could clutch it, but yeah, let's see how it
And
goes.
just a quick question, we were looking at the post game stats, and we saw, of course, that obviously your defense is very compact. You set up very well, but your tackle stat is actually quite low. So is that a conscious thing where you try not to make tackles and focus more on intercepting?
Actually, to be honest, I haven't played my game yet. I'm just focused. I'm adapting to the way the opponent plays. So I haven't tried, because I need to get that first 3 points in the board to get that confidence. So at the moment, I'm really adapting to how the opponents are playing. So let's see
Okay,
how it
well, I
goes.
hope you're gonna find your confidence soon. Thanks for talking to us, and good luck for your remaining game and for Dougal's game as well.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well,
There you
I
have
think
it.
Yeah, I think for us, it has continuously been that one point that he mentioned about the confidence. We've seen it not just in him, but in a lot of players. And I think the players who are able to get that confidence in early, like for example, like Sagnik here, they have just been phenomenal. So you can see how crucial that factor really plays into gameplay.
Yeah, that first win, of course, is just, and I think Bindratej would have felt that as well today, getting his first proper win. Obviously, it just gives you that little bit of confidence, gets the smiles out, gets the laughs out. But now you can see, obviously, all to play for Sagnik, very, very focused on the task at hand. Dougal, of course, didn't have the greatest of times in his match yesterday. I think it was a bit of a thumping for him. Was just not able to create much in his game, and that really has been the struggle for him. Not really able to create chances defensively. He seems to be set up okay, but the creation of chances and finding that killer ball hasn't quite happened for him. Could be a confidence thing for him as well. Some tactics and stuff being discussed with Shubham also, and hopefully Dougal can also get himself off the mark.
Yeah, I think if he is able to get himself off the mark, it's going to lift up a lot of pressure from Shubham's shoulders. And from our talk with him just now, I think that's quite evident. Like he's carrying a lot of a chunk of their burden coming into the match on his shoulders, and he feels that he has to, considering that he is the more slightly higher rated player and the senior player naturally. So we'll have to see if Dougal is able to step up to the plate and take down the more senior player at Bengaluru, the consistent one in Sagnik, who has really been dazzling us with his performances. Now, moving forward, it is Dougal, much more direct already, and I love that already, because yesterday we were seeing a lack of decisiveness mostly from Dougal.
Yeah, and I mean, it's just sometimes that's just how FIFA works. You just wake up the next day and suddenly your decisions are on point, and that's beautiful. And what happened there? Oh my goodness, it's like he almost. Oh, I get the feeling that he may have gone from alternate to classic and
Oh no.
ended up doing a cross over there instead of a shot. Oh my goodness, that could be such a crucial moment, because I was just about to say that I would love it if Dougal could get off to a quick start and get a goal in. But yeah, it does look like that happened, and that is unfortunately something that happens when you're playing back to back with on the same console with two players. Particularly if they're using like the same profile or the controller or whatever, that one player using a different set of controls, and you start the game, you're feeling great, and then you reach the goal line and suddenly, well, we just saw what happened.
And right now it looks like the pressure might just pile on, because Sagnik is in the box. He's moved away from the keeper, and that's just so, he does it with such ease.
Yeah, and FIFA can be a cruel game sometimes, because started so well, created that opportunity, but hopefully he'll take solace from the fact that he was able to create that opportunity at least. And of course, I mean, we do know that this game is going to go to the final game to decide whether, at the bare minimum, Odisha can get a draw, because the first game was drawn. But Dougal has looked good again, looking for a great ball in behind. He's got Cruyff. Hopefully the right controls this time. Definitely the right controls, and not able to win that header with Pele. But yeah, Dougal looking like far more threatening than he has yesterday today.
Yeah.
So well, hopefully that bodes well for him. But Sagnik, the way he is so clinical and so incisive when it comes to his attacks, it's going to be hard for Dougal to keep him quiet.
Ooh, a nice tackle right there to get the ball through. Ronaldo would have been through, but now Dougal instead is on the counter attack. Happy to play in the long ball we just saw earlier, but this time taking it a little slower, looking to build up the play and get all of his players involved. The 1-2 is there from Mbappe on the run, but instead chooses to go centrally, and he will lose that.
Yeah, I mean, in that situation, I would have thought maybe because he turned away, obviously the defender would assume that he's going for the 1-2 and go with the runner. I would have thought maybe in that moment might have been worth just turning into the space and going for that finesse shot. Ronaldo's shooting stat is actually pretty good. Might have been worth it. And sometimes against players like Sagnik, you have to do something just that little bit different, because guys like Sagnik, who are as experienced as him, they've played in so many tournaments. I mean, at some level, they've pretty much seen it all. So when you mix things up a little bit, like we have seen, for instance, Tikka against Lokmanyu in the past, become a little unpredictable, do the things that the opponents don't expect you to do. That can be the key in these games, which are, I mean, on paper can be called a David versus Goliath clash, but when it comes down to the pitch, anything can happen.
Absolutely, but right now it is the Goliath in that metaphor moving forward. Exognic trying to just put in the nail in the coffin really and try to bring down
Oh,
the
there you
confidence.
go.
Duggal
Oh,
maybe
that's
and that skill.
gorgeous. Oh, almost. You can see a smile from Sagnik there. He thought that was in with the time finish. Oh, that's well worked. And he's gone for the finesse. Oh, that was a lovely corner routine. Almost paid off. Unfortunately, those corner routines are the types where you do it once and then, your opponent knows that you're going to try it the next time and learns to cover it off. So then you need to have a second one in place, and that's definitely offside. Little late in reacting to that over there, Dougal. But I mean, he'll be happy. The one consolation for him, of course, is that it is, of course, still at 0-0. So I think for Dougal to get a draw against Sagni would be a great result. That should be the first aim. Just get back in the game, equalize, and then take it from there. But Sagnik looks so dangerous every time he gets into that box. Again, space opening up for Gullit. Will he go for a shot? No, he does have Vieira, and yeah, elects to use him. Shifting him around constantly, just creating that opening, and
What?
okay. I think maybe that's one of those where he was like, okay, fine, you know what, you had a free shot and you passed it out goal. I'll give you one to your keeper, so now we're even.
Even Stevens, it does give Dougal an opportunity to go quickly on the counter. Had Ronaldo on the run, but not opting to take that inside once again. Slow on the initial build-up, and it's going to cost him because Sagnik got the pressure alive. Now 4v4 on the attack. Mbappe setting up with Pele for the run, but he's got acres of space on Mbappe itself. Could have gone for the cross, but instead just opting to go centrally, and now Ronaldo trying to get into the box. Roulette coming perhaps?
Yeah, I mean, he did try the bridge to see if he could work space, work an opening. But yeah, lots of players in the box. Now Pele, if he gets the turn right, he turns. That worked out well. And just, I mean, he had 3 opportunities to pull the trigger over there. Did Sagnik decided not to. And now we're going to see the ball in behind. We do see Cruyff delayed the run. You can see the offside trap being used over there. Foul off the ball. Play on, says the ref. And now, will he have the shot? Nope, not quite. The angle, I think, a little too acute for him to be confident that would fly in. But sometimes you just got to take that chance, and you never know. I mean, we've seen Ashwin, who routinely just wants a player with a strong foot to take a shot across goal, and works out well for him. Getting a bit lucky there with Ronaldo, and Mbappe gets the goal. Gets a bit of luck. He probably deserved it. Dougal has it back just before halftime, and he will be very, very pleased with that.
Yeah, and you can see just words being exchanged between Dougal and Shubham. Likely words of motivation like, yes, let's go, bro, you got this. 1-1 back in the game is Dougal, and it's even Stevens for us, so we'll have to see if Sagnik is able to bounce back before half-time, because this close, a goal to half-time, it always helps the team that got it that close. So Sagnik right now just trying to hold on to the ball, trying to ensure he gets that last attack.
Yeah, I mean, I'm quite sure he will get the last track. He's got the ball in behind with Cruyff, and now does he have anyone in the box? People running in there. He decides to go down the byline. He's got the cut back, and that's the goal, and that's the sucker punch. The momentum was briefly with Odisha, but Sagnik there just making it look so easy.
Yeah, doing it so well. The cutback this time not really being covered, but once again, slight variation on it in the sense that it's more towards the center of the box rather than close to the goal, but already losing the ball, Dougal, from kickoff. If he loses 2 goals back to back right before halftime, surely that will just end it right then and there. But Gullit
gets
on
away
the
with that and clear it out. 2-1, still not the worst situation for Odisha FC to be in. He just needs that 1 goal, but I think the bigger danger is Sagnik scoring again, because he looks devastating every time he comes forward. He's had a couple of moments where he's just not been decisive on the ball, had the opportunity to take shots, trying to almost create that perfect opportunity, that perfect, beautiful, YouTube-worthy goal. But for now, this one was a bit strange. Oh no, sorry, that was the one before. This was the one where his shooting was working. And yeah, this was another one as well, saved by the keeper. This one, lovely routine work, going for that shot with Cruyff. Maybe if he had Ginola or Messi or someone in that situation, that might have flown into the top corner. And then this worked out, got a bit fortunate with the bounce of the ball, but hey, you can only score what's in front of you. Ends up on a plate for Mbappe and just has to smash that into the corner.
You can see from Sagnik's reaction as well, not happy with that deflection, but as you said, a little bit of luck definitely deserving for Dougal given the flow of the play, but immediately Sagnik pulling it back to make it 2-1 at the end of the half, and now getting us started is once again Sagnik trying to hold on. Heavy press there. Gullit still gets out of that three-man cage.
Yeah, and this is where Sagnik can be so dangerous. Oh, and yeah,
No.
the deflection favored him this time, and oh, that's divine. That's so good. I mean, everybody in the world would expect him to take the shot over there, but he just cancels the shot, passes it across. That's beautiful play from Sagnik, and oh, I hope he doesn't skip the replay. Look at that, just that shot cancel completely fools the goalkeeper, and you got Ronaldo 9 there to tap it in, and now maybe a tactical change. There's no more. I mean, Shubham in his last game said, of course, that he was adapting what he was doing to the opposition. But I mean, now you can't really adapt with the opposition. You just have to try and play your game. And as we see again, taking the keeper and the last man out with that shot cancel. And yeah, even Varsi just turning back and being like, "Oh, that was good."
Yeah, the reactions to be able to do that in the moment, it's quite frankly disgusting from Exognic. But we see it every single time. It's not just this goal, right? Even the first goal he scored when he pulled the ball away from the keeper, keeping it close to his feet so he could get a clear shot at goal. He is the kind of player always looking for those clear-cut opportunities. But hold on. I just noticed something that is going to make Sagnik happy. I think Dougal going to ultra attacking the gaps are going to increase exponentially in that defense.
Yeah, so now, I mean, Dougal needs to make his attacks count here. We will see Sagnik trying to pressure him and get the ball back because you win that slightly high up and you could be in business. That's a very poor ball. And now again, you look at that, it's two attackers versus two defenders. As hang on a second. Oh, could have been a penalty there. They still keep the ball. So Dougal going mad attack, mad pressure over here, trying to just retain that possession with Vieira. That's in. I think it might be offside. Nope. But yeah, now just look at the space in behind us. 1, 2, 3. And Sagnik, in fact, the liberty to just almost take his own time and search for that ideal opening over there. He's found Gullit. I think he might be offside. He's not. Goes for the chip. Well, that's well, it looks beautiful when it comes off. But sometimes you can end up looking like a bit of a fool, as happened with Sagnik over there. And yeah, you can see he's pressing him very, very high up the pitch because he wants to really profit from the players being out of position. It's worked out there for Dougal again. Just that cutting edge, that those little tricks and turns in the box that Sagnik has been able to do. That's been the difference so far today. And now we should see a cross coming into Pele. No, that's well defended. Sagnik again wanting only the high percentage shots. He doesn't want to mark about at all. See Vieira now. We just got to see Vieira being shifted to centre back. So midfield might change. Maybe we're going to see a Zidane on. Maybe a Matthias. Who knows? Let's see what he decides to do.
Yeah, there is like definitely a look of resignation perhaps on Dougal's face. Needs that one goal to light the fire back in him, but that's easier said than done against Sagnik right now, given the form he's shown us in this game. But we'll have to see. Dougal definitely capable of bouncing back. And immediately I will say, even though like this scoreline is rapidly running away from him, he's looking much better than he did in his game yesterday against Imad Roxburgh. Looking at those substitutions, Ronaldo on for Cruyff for Sagnik, Ginola on for Maldini for Odisha FC, and Zidane for... Okay, that makes sense.
Oh, okay, and he has the opportunity. Surely he has to take this, and it's in! All right, Dougal gets it back straight from the kickoff. Suddenly it's game on again. A bit of a lapse in concentration, you have to say that from Sagnik. Maybe caught sleeping, maybe caught reveling in the glory of his 3 goals too early. And yeah, at 3-2, this game is still very much in the balance because Sagnik is not going to feel comfortable about this at all, and he's going to be under pressure. You can see those 4 players just ready from the kickoff to start chasing that ball down, hounding Sagnik to get possession back. And there you see, using the second man press, but he will have a lot of gaps in defense. As you can see, gets away with that. And I mean, every time Sagnik doesn't profit from an attack, suddenly there's an opportunity for for Dougal to go up the other end and get that equalizer. Now using Ronaldo, gets the ball. Theo Hernandez doing his job over there. Again, it's going to be a frantic last 20 odd minutes of this game. As we see again using Zidane, just about got away with that. And now it's set up. Now it's the battle of wits. Is it going to be Dougal who can find something special doing a rainbow
Okay.
kick over there? Just some casual intimidation tactics to say, hey, listen, I know how to do a few tricks. And using Pele, oh, that was mighty close to finding the run of Zidane. And get your Zidane upfield, man. Why is Zidane going and marking the fullback? Because right now you need numbers on defense. As you can see, it's 5 versus 4. Can't make it count, but gets the ball back. Again, he has the far post wide open, looks for it with the cross. And maybe Shubham now trying to just get Dougal to reel in the aggression just slightly.
I
See whether
think
this is a replay. This is the goal that he did manage to score. Just about getting that shot right. Keeper diving sort of under the ball. And well, it ended up in the corner. But still enough time for him to get that goal. But there's going to be plenty of chances for Sagnik as well.
yeah, as you said, it's going to be a battle of wits. Both of the players will be at each other, and you can see a pep talk from Varsi himself saying, hey, don't end up with the same result I did. You have the lead. Let's go for the win right here. And I think Sagnik definitely is going to be trying to doing that. But look at this. Eusebio on for Ronaldo and Koulibaly on for Marquinhos for
hang
the
on,
side of
he's got
Odisha.
it.
But
Oh.
Sagnik, wow.
It's done. He's worked that absolutely brilliantly. Again, that little bit of innovation at the edge of the box, which has sort of eluded Dougal. He sort of relied on a little bit of fortune, a little bit of good luck, his opponent switching off. And that little dink in behind defense to find Mbappe, that might just be the game. And the tie, well, not the tie right there because the first game was drawn, but could confirm at least 1 point for Bengaluru FC if the result stays at this way. But hang on, he's got Pele in, and what a block and what a save! And it is a corner, desperately unlucky there for Dougal. Goes with a short corner. What's he going to do over here? Crosses it in. Nobody on the end of it, and now on the counter attack, he's got Hernandez Pele wide open over there. He's going to run for the hills. Is he going to bring the keeper out? He has support, so he can easily square that if the keeper does come out. And doesn't need to, just bangs that in at the near post. And this game is done. And it does look like Bengaluru, for the moment, have sealed 1 point. And in the next game, will be looking to turn that into 3.
Yeah, and unfortunately after this, it will mean that Odisha cannot secure their first match win in this set at least. Rather, will be looking to play in the co-op for that 1 point, try to get a draw for themselves. And it's looking quite dire in this match, definitely. But what I want to see now from Dougal is just try and bring back some of the mojo that he had at the early part of the game and try and use that maybe later in the co-op, because right now Sagnik is completely dominating. But hold on, Dougal trying to make the most, but Sagnik's pressure will take it off. And once again, back on the counter with Ronaldo is Sagnik.
Yeah, I mean it's really wide open for him right now. He can attack and approach in 10 different ways because of how many spaces there are. And they're using the shot fakes, the shot cancels with Eusebio, working it around. I think he wanted to run from Pele over there. He might just get it. And oh, that's beautiful. Just left him absolutely for dead over there. And he's gone into absolute overdrive over here. This is incredible. Oh, looking for that picture goal was he. And well, it didn't quite work out. And now, well, he had a clear pass through to Pele, decided not to use it. Now Ginola, he has the cross available. Mal bundles the defender off the ball, and yeah, that's just a poor decision. You can see a little bit of desperation, a little bit of lack of composure there, and yeah, this could be 6 right here. Oh, okay, being a little kind over there is Sagnik. You can see a bit of smile on his face. Maybe he wanted to do something a bit clever, and didn't quite work out. For Dougal, though, the objective remains the same. Just try to score a goal. Maybe it could help with your goal difference later. We have teams like ATKMB who have a pretty low goal difference, and if it comes down to a potential qualifier where it's just about goal difference, that could make all the difference. And here, is he gonna mess about again or just go for that shot? Well, trying to be a bit cute, maybe showing a little bit of mercy, being like, okay, you know what, I don't want to make it 6-2. And 5 goals for Sagnik. The eventual result of game 2 is 5-2 to Bengaluru FC. And that means that they cannot lose this match as we go into our final co-op game, which will have Odisha FC hopefully hoping to win that game in order to get a draw.
Yeah, and that co-op game is definitely going to be easier said than done, winning that, because even if it is a draw, it will be the win for Bengaluru. So pressure lifted off of Varsi's shoulders, especially coming into this co-op game, and all back of it down to Shubham and Dugal. And I want to see now, like, we already heard from Shubham saying that he's not been able to play his game because of the fact that they haven't really got those initial points on board. But maybe if they can at least salvage a draw, that will give a teensy bit of confidence, helping them in future matches. Because you could see from the side of Sagnik, towards the end, he was just mucking around. He's like, yeah, I got this in the bag.
Yeah, and we have seen that the Bengaluru FC boys have been a little up and down with their co-op games.
Yeah.
They lost a couple to begin with, then suddenly managed to just get it all completely together, and then ended up losing another one. So let's see what they can do. Which Bengaluru FC co-op team is going to show up today? As we look at the highlights, so there are a few chances for Dugal to take control of this game, but Sagnik was just, he was looking imperious today.
Yeah, he continuously clinical, and it felt like once he got the ball in the box, it was almost impossible to stop him unless he gave you back the ball himself. And that's where it felt like the game sort of left Dugal's hands. But it was close for most of it. As you can see, 1-1 so close to halftime. I think this goal just sort of took away any hope that Dugal might have had going into the second half, because definitely a slight lapse in concentration. Like those cutbacks we rarely see nowadays because the players are usually covering them. But here, once again, a little bit of luck for Sagnik, the ball falling back to Pele, but that cancelled was just picture perfect.
Yeah, no luck about that one.
Yeah.
Worked it beautifully, and was actually after 3-1 basically pretty much started toying with Dugal. Of course, he did manage to get the 3-2, and again a bit of a mistake there from Sagnik, allowing him to get the goal. Keeper did maybe just about get a hand to that, slightly, but ended up in the net either way. And the 3-2, you thought maybe, just maybe, he might just be able to just get a goal from something, another mistake from Sagnik or something like that. But this little dink immediately after that, absolutely gorgeous. And I think goal number 4, that was goal number 4, but goal number 5 I think was even better.
Yeah, at that point he just started flexing, and you could see that from the side of Sagnik he is looking very, very confident. But Dugal definitely throughout the first half was looking much more threatening, looking in a place where he could easily look for a draw here or even the win. But towards the second half is where he started falling off. So let's say in the co-op, if they are able to together match up against the power that Sagnik was able to show in this game. And right there, that pass is definitely a little sus. You can see the cheeky smile. He's like, yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, you can see him just laugh. Like he knows that Varsi knows that now he's just trying to score like the goal of the tournament, more or less. And that pretty much tells the story. Three goals, pretty much the difference in their expected goals tally as well. So 4-1 on XG, 5-2 on results. So maybe slightly flatters Odisha in that sense, but Sagnik was on an absolutely different planet today. And it does seem a recurring theme that Odisha, both players not particularly willing to actively engage in defense. Again, just the 3 tackles for Odisha. A reasonable amount of interceptions, but I think some of those also came about from mistakes by Sagnik himself. And complete domination of that game, really, you have to say, for Sagnik. A couple of moments here and there where it looked like maybe Dugal could have got back into it, but let's quickly head over now to find out what the Bengaluru FC boys have been having to say about the tournament so far.
Hi, I am Amanuddin. I'm 20 years old. I'm from Dehradun and I'll be representing Bengaluru FC.
Hi, I'm Sagnik Banerjee. I'm from Kolkata. I'm 19 years old and I'll be representing Bengaluru FC.
Yeah, I was sitting with my friends, and when I first heard about the eISL thing with such a huge prize pool of 78 lakh rupees, and I was very excited to take part in it.
So I played and won the Bengaluru qualifiers in the eISL and got to know that my partner was Vasi, who I knew for the last 3 years. So yeah, I've been pretty lucky to have him as a roommate. So हम दिल्ली आए, 10 नए टीम, 20 नए प्लेयर, बहुत सारे नए चेहरे थे. पुराने चेहरे में से सारांश जैन, वन ऑफ इंडियाज़ बेस्ट प्लेयर्स. एंड जैसे ही फर्स्ट वीक चालू हुआ कंपटीशन का, you know, we got to know the level of the tournament, like 1-0, 2-0, close games. My partner has a comeback of 6-5. So yeah, we're strategizing according to it.
It was the first match against ATK Mohan Bagan. I was playing Bindra Tej. I was 5-2 down around the 70th minute mark. And then Sagnik told me कि pause ले ले, पानी पी ले, take a breather. He patted me on my back and told me कि you are more experienced than him. And तेरे पे experience है LAN पे, ठीक है? Take the advantage of that. And then yeah, I just backed myself. I scored the third goal. And then I knew that the momentum was with me and I can just get it done. I just hold the ball at the 90th minute to make sure कि मैं आखिरी attack कर रहा हूँ. And around that 90+2 extra stoppage time, I scored the winner. And actually I was very pumped. And I think this has to be the best game that I've played LAN events पे. And like I'll never forget this game. Yeah.
It's a big stage. तो obviously preparations भी वो level पे होते हैं. एंड कोई नॉर्मल टूर्नामेंट की तरह हम इसे ट्रीट नहीं कर सकते ऑब्वियसली. सो लाइक हम गेम्स देखते हैं लोगों की जो नेक्स्ट डे हमारे गेम्स होते हैं. एंड एज अ ब्लेसिंग फॉर मी कि आई नो वासी फॉर सो लॉन्ग दैट वी शेयर द सेम इंटेलेक्चुअल लेवल इन टर्म्स ऑफ फीफा क्वालिटी. सो या इट रियली हेल्प्स मी स्ट्रैटेजाइज द गेम विद हिम एंड वी टेक वन गेम एट अ टाइम. सो अगले दिन जो गेम होता है उसके लिए हम रात से प्रिपेयर करते हैं, वन स्टेप एट अ टाइम. जस्ट अगले दिन के लिए गेम के लिए हम देखते हैं.
सर सागनिक सेड वन गेम एट अ टाइम. कुछ ऑब्वियसली कुछ अपोनेंट्स ऐसे हैं जो मैंने पहले खेले हैं, कुछ ऐसे हैं जो सागनिक ने खेले हैं. फॉर एग्जांपल जब बिंद्रा देश के अगेंस्ट में 5-2 डाउन था, सागनिक ने बहुत हेल्प करी, बहुत कॉन्फिडेंट दिया एंड मोरल बूस्ट करा. एंड ही टोल्ड मी कि बैक योर सेल्फ, यू हैव दैट लैन एक्सपीरियंस एंड टू कम बैक में कर लेगा. एंड ऑब्वियसली आई डोंट थिंक सो कि इतने अच्छे कम बैक के बाद हमारा माइंडसेट ऐसा नहीं होता कि यू आर नॉट गोना विन दिस. ऑब्वियसली वी आर हियर टू विन इट एंड बहुत ही अच्छा किक स्टार्ट मिला है टूर्नामेंट के लिए एंड वी आर हियर टू विन इट. फेवरेट्स की बात की जाए तो आई थिंक हम ही फेवरेट्स हैं, बट अगर मेरे को एक टीम का नाम देना है तो आई थिंक इट्स चेन्नई FC विद द लाइक्स ऑफ सारांश जैन एंड नवीन.
तो डार्क हॉर्सेज आई वुड से कि इमाद एंड मुफद्दल का टीम जो कि नॉर्थ ईस्ट यूनाइटेड का टीम है. आई थिंक दे आर रियली गुड, दे आर परफॉर्मिंग वेल हियर. सो या आई थिंक दे आर द डार्क हॉर्सेज. तो co-op is obviously a different ball game altogether and it's a really major part of the tournament. तो आई थिंक कि एक बॉन्ड, इन गेम बॉन्ड बहुत ज़रूरी होता है फॉर co-op. एंड आई थिंक मी एंड वासी बोथ शेयर अ वेरी गुड बॉन्ड इन टर्म्स ऑफ फीफा नॉलेज. सो या इट हेल्प्स अस अ लॉट इन द co-op सेक्टर ऑफ द गेम. सो नो डाउट मेरा फेवरेट मोमेंट तो वासी का कमबैक था
ऑब्वियसली नो डाउट. लाइक लैन पे पहला इवेंट इतने बड़े टूर्नामेंट पे एंड वो भी आई वाज प्लेइंग अगेंस्ट द बिगेस्ट क्लब ATK मोहन बगान एंड वो कम बैक करना, लाइक आई डोंट थिंक सो मैं कभी भूल पाऊंगा वो कम बैक. एंड हमें जैसी स्टार्ट चाहिए थी वैसी स्टार्ट मिली. वॉट आई एम टुडे इट इज़ बिकॉज ऑफ माई फ्रेंड्स एंड फैमिली एंड एक्चुअली आई एम ब्लेस्ड एंड ग्रेटफुल फॉर दैट. दे हैव सपोर्टेड मी थ्रू आउट एंड दे विल कीप सपोर्टिंग मी. एंड एक और मैसेज है फैंस के लिए, जस्ट कीप सपोर्टिंग अस एंड वी वोंट डिसअपॉइंट यू.
Well, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It is right now game number 3 of this match between Odisha FC and Bengaluru FC, and we'll have to see if Odisha is able to bounce back. Just to recap, the first game was a draw. The second one was a convincing win for Exognic and Bengaluru. So pressure on Odisha, Aziz.
Yeah, they definitely, I mean, they need to get that win to get another point. They only have the 1 point on the board. So in co-op, I think they looked very organized and very stable on defense, but in attack is where I think it's going to take a little bit of magic, a little bit of spark from Shubham, potentially maybe as the leader in the team, the guy who's the shot caller, so to speak, and hopefully we'll see a close encounter, because we don't obviously want to see another domination. I mean, as entertaining as it is to see guys like Sagnik trying to score that perfect goal, we want to see a close encounter, and hopefully that's what we get here.
The ball with the side of Odisha FC now. Again, like they started in the girls' game, a lot more urgency in the attack towards the start, which is really nice to watch because it shows you that drive. But trying to set up a 1-2 for Mbappe down the wing, perfectly read by Bengaluru.
Yeah, got a bit lucky there because his fullback was very, very high up the pitch, Kafu. So smartly switching back to get his centre half in a wide position to cut that ball out. And yeah, now I mean we know sort of what to expect when the Bengaluru FC boys are doing their co-op. They like to keep the ball, like to pass it around, keep probing for that gap, and the gap has been found for the moment. But yeah, well defended, very compact, as we've seen Odisha in their last two co-op games as well, and looking to hit them on the break, waiting, and yeah, not quite able to find that pass over there. And it's just so, the communication is just so important between both players. As we see what's going to happen here. Oh, that's beautifully worked. That's brilliant. What a goal by Bengaluru FC. And that's the communication we're talking about.
Yeah.
Making sure that you, I mean, not just timing the right pass, but also passing to the right player over there, because he could have made the pass to Pele, but decided that it should go to Mbappe instead, because he was running on. Obviously, he would have a lot more momentum for the shot, and now very uphill job for Odisha FC. They need to score 2 goals if they're to get anything from this match.
Yeah, the pressure definitely continuously increasing on Odisha FC right now, and a driven pass does get Kafu a little stuck, but able to get out of it and set up the play. A lot more slower on the build-up right now. I think what's especially going to be important for them is making sure they don't end up conceding back-to-back goals, because that's usually what we see from Bengaluru. Once they strike, their idea is to try and immediately force that play, but
Yeah, good idea there. Just played that ball a little too late, or maybe the runner went a little too early. Either way, not quite happening in that moment. And it's an interesting situation for Bengaluru as well, because they know they've got the job done. It's effectively a 2-goal lead that they have right now. So do they keep attacking? I think Sagnik only knows how to play one way, which is just attack, attack, attack. So let's see, are they going to go to try and win this in absolute style? Or can Odisha do something to just throw a bit of a spanner in the works? For now, they're able to keep the ball, but you do think Odisha's best opportunity is going to come on the counter attack. And maybe Bengaluru might want to just be a bit conservative with their attacks to just ensure that they're not left exposed.
Yeah, we'll have to see though, because now you can see on the flank, Mbappe injured there.
Injured, yeah. I mean, he'll be fine in a couple of minutes, but for the moment he has picked up an injury. Will be a bit of a passenger for maybe 4 or 5 in-game minutes, and then magically his ankle ligaments will repair themselves, and it'll all be fine again.
Yeah,
As we see, another offside. Yeah, the long passes not quite working for either team right now, and yeah, for now it's just about staying in the game. Hopefully for Odisha, try to get a goal back before half time, but not if they keep giving the ball away like that. And yeah, it's a very, very patient game being played by Bengaluru. Not so patient right now, because they've worked that well, looking for the pass, and it goes to Pele. Has the shot, wasn't the greatest angle for him to shoot. Will the keeper get that? Yes, he does. And a bit of a headbutt there from Ronaldinho. I mean, sorry, Ronaldo. If it was Zidane over there, that might have been slightly poetic. And that will be a throw to Bengaluru FC.
The ball once again back in their control. The interception is there on the throw though, and now Ronaldo.
And now
Ronaldo.
Yes, that's the perfect ball he's played, and now it's about decision making. Will he cut it back? I think the pass to Gullit is the right option. It's not taken. It reaches Gullit eventually, and now with Mbappe on the ball, that's well worked, and still with them, they keep the pressure mounted. Has Pele, will he try to go for a shot? A few tricks over here. That's brilliantly off the crossbar. That is so unlucky. He worked the space beautifully, took a gamble and said, I'm just going to try and smash this and see what sticks. And unfortunately, it didn't stick. It rebounded off the crossbar. And now, this could be so cruel if it's a goal. And it's saved by Van der Sar. Hopefully, he'll be able to jump up and collect it. No, the header won in that instance by Cruyff. And on the counter attack, could have been on the counter attack, but Bengaluru FC win that ball back again. Oh, that's so unlucky for Odisha FC. I would have loved, just for the sake of the game, for them to get that goal in, because that would throw a massive spanner into the works. And that's beautifully that's brilliant. And again, not quite getting the finish over there, saved by Van der Sar. They're knocking and knocking and knocking on the door right now. And can they break it down and just blow it wide open? That's beautiful from Mbappe.
Oh!
Goes for the shot, hits the post himself, and it's
Wow.
in. Keeper couldn't pick himself up in time. And the apology celebration, I mean, I think you can probably just apologize for that because it hit the post. Keeper had committed one way, couldn't just get up and make his way back. And
Oh.
unfortunately for Odisha FC, it does look like this game now, or rather this tie, is a foregone conclusion because the way things are going, at least based on the first half, you don't see them scoring 3 goals. But I mean, we'd love to see it happen if they can just get that one back, and they have come close. Suddenly they could be right back in it, but yeah, just getting a little. You can see that's a case of looking off the ball to see where your teammate is, and then losing focus of what you are actually doing. And whoa, that was a cheeky attempt at a finesse shot over there. He saw the keeper covering the near post and decided to go far. From the corner, will they try to work something clever, or is it just going to be a standard cross into the box? Nope, they go short and put out, not going for the cross immediately over there. It's given up over here, and now it could be 3-on-4 on the counter attack. But just the right pass not made over there, and unfortunate. Again, I feel the key moments in this match overall have not gone the way of Odisha FC. We saw the chip early in the first game, which went off the crossbar, and this one again, shot from Pele, rebounding off the crossbar as well. That had gone in again, completely different complexion on the tie. Smashed past Van der Sar over there, brilliantly done. And I think that was probably Varsi who got the shot in. And yeah, this was again a series of saves, just one after the other from Van der Sar. This was worked quite well. I mean, they kept going, kept the pressure going here with Pele and the Roulé and the little streak and the shot. You can see the goal frame vibrating as that shot hit it, and just so unlucky for them.
Yeah, absolutely. And you can see both of the keepers on either sides being really put to work. But right now, Bengaluru FC came out of that half with a significant lead. As you said, 3 goals needed now. And you can see Odisha trying to make the move. Zidane on for Maldini. Ginola on for Cafu. A centre back and a left back taken on for Waugh.
Yeah, maybe they're looking at going 3 at the back, playing a 3-4-3. Not entirely sure, as we see Cruyff just running rings, and that's oh my goodness, he just keeps going. That's incredible. That is unbelievable, and I think that was Varsi just having a look and saying, hey, you know, whatever you can do, I can do better, and that was toying with the defense by the end of it. It was superb. Have a look at this. Oh, why do you pause? But hopefully we'll get to look at that replay in the highlights package at the end. But that was so good. And just, I mean, it can be so shattering for your morale. As we have a look at the replay, here you go. 1 turn, 2 turns, 3rd turn.
Cancelled too.
And oh, that's gorgeous. And oh, have a look at that reaction. It's beautiful, beautifully done there.
I think Sagnik getting to feel something new for the first time. He's like, wait, that's how people feel when I do it? Oh, that must look really good. And you can see Varsi like, he did not have the greatest of first games. Of course, that red card hindered him for most of the game. But now really putting his stamp on this one. I think maybe his 2nd goal in this game so far. But 3-0 for Bengaluru already. And it looks like slowly but surely this match has gone away from Odisha FC's hands. But hold on.
Not quite happening, and I guess you can say for Bengaluru FC their yo-yo of a season continues, right? It looks like 3 defeats, and if things stay this way, 3 wins, and it's all about that was an incredible ball in, was somehow defended. But for Odisha FC, of course, they've come up against Bengaluru FC on one of their good days, because as I said, alternating good days and bad days for them in this tournament. And now with Ronaldo trying to work that opening, that's worked well. And again, just second guessing. I mean, to me, it seems that might have been Duggal over there. And oh wow, that's a great ball over the top. You can see immediately Ronaldo running into that far post, but can't quite find him over there.
I'm confused to whether that was a cross or a shot, because I saw the run being made, but the ball went directly towards the goalkeeper. He was brought up, hold on, towards the other side now.
Yeah, I
Again,
mean, I think there's a bit of a fine line that happens over there between the pressure required for a near post and a far post cross, and I think that one just went little under hit and went to the near post.
once again, though, in that final third, that
Oh,
lack of
great switch of
decisiveness.
play. That's so good. And now he'll find Pele. Will he? No. Varsi is in the mood for some dribbling. And yeah, not. I don't think you're going to see Cruyff winning a header with Patrick Vieira anytime soon. And will that be offside? Nope. Ronaldo 7 manages to keep himself onside. And if I was Odisha FC right now, I would be like, you know what? These guys have been putting on this exhibition goal of the tournament competition. This game is pretty much done, but let me show them what kind of skills I have as well. You can see maybe an element of that with just using a Pele and pirouetting around over there, and maybe they can do something.
Oh,
As he
that's
tried to bulldoze through Cafu, I think. Oh no, Marquinhos, and didn't quite work out.
yeah, and you can see the Bengaluru boys just having their fun. The ball really nicely set up on the left wing to get Cruyff in, and now the run is there for the other teammate for Bengaluru. But yeah, they're just toying with their food right now, and they're able to continuously keep up the pressure on the side of Odisha. But the ball given away quite cheaply, and that's gonna give Odisha a brilliant chance to counter attack. They are
Oh,
gonna
that's a
get
good ball. They
Ronaldo
worked
through.
that well, and now this is where that coordination matters, right?
What?
Oh, that's not a penalty. Okay. But yeah, it's just that coordination because when you're in that position, you're expecting a call from your teammate to be like, okay, here I am. This is what you need to do. You almost want that decision to be made for you by your teammate, and because if you take that second to pause and think about where that ball needs to go, it gives the defender enough time to just come and make the tackle exactly as we saw there.
Yeah, that's why communication so important, especially in this co-op game. These players need to be at top of each other with respect to their thought process, right? They need to understand exactly what the other player is thinking at what point, and therefore understand who has the responsibility to make the call in that moment. Now, Eusebio coming on for Pele and Ronaldo for Cruyff for the side of Bengaluru. Ginola on for Ronaldo as well.
Yeah, I
What
mean he
team's
had
Eusebio for Pele?
One second, hold on. There's just a shot made of UCB for Pele. I think now they're just messing around and trying a few different tactics and seeing what they can do when they have a little bit of freedom. And ooh, a
Oh.
little overplayed over there, but no harm done. Ball falls to Hernandez. It's just one of those days where everything is just falling the way of Bengaluru FC. It didn't seem that way when it started with that penalty and the red card and all of that, but ever since Sagnik's taken over, it's been pretty smooth sailing, and Odisha now just playing for pride, just playing for to try and get that one goal back, and they may well have it over here with Mbappe. Yes, he
Oh,
should take the
shot.
shot, and it's saved. He goes near post. Probably far post was a much better option over there. But on the weaker foot, there's the giveaway from the corner. We see that quite often in this game because a lot of the players going for that immediate corner. But if your opponent has read it and knows what you're going to do, can be difficult. That's a good low cross in, but well defended. And yeah, again, lack of decision. It's like, okay, where do I go? What pass am I looking for? And it's just not quite there. Is that a
That
penalty? No. All fair, says the referee. And where's that going to land? Okay, yeah, still back with Bengaluru FC, and yeah, this has been a walk in the
oh,
park for them, almost getting in for a fourth. So Van der Sar launches that long, wins the header,
oh
but
my god.
unfortunately the second ball straight back to Bengaluru FC. And now some ball rolls, some more exhibition stuff. Maybe just trying some tricks and nutmegs over there, winning the
What?
foul. Winning the foul, will he go for goal? I mean, that would just be the most audacious thing ever if he decides to go
Yeah,
and smash that into the top
he's
corner. And okay, now I got that a bit wrong. I mean, I would have expected that to be the dipping shot, which is the correct thing that he did over there. But I think got the direction on that slightly wrong, and it ended up being one of those almost knuckleball kind of shots.
yeah. That modifier is quite hard to execute myself, especially. But you could see the cheeky plays being made from Bengaluru right now. It's what we expect from them. 3-0.
Yeah, bit of
Just a
dancing
bunch of
happening
tricks.
over there, and oh, no respect for the opposition at all. This is,
What?
oh, again, just a bit of laughter, a bit of fun and games over there. And yeah, they're just having fun. They're enjoying themselves. They're treating this almost like an online match. And okay, that I think he was going for a tackle over there, which ended up being a shot. But yeah, they're treating this like just an online match. They've just been matched against just two random humans on the internet. You're never going to meet them again. You can have whatever fun you want. It just feels like that kind of vibe right now. And okay, I mean, I don't like you can see the face palm there from Sagnik saying, "Really, you expect that shot to go in? Never."
Oh boy.
As it finally ends, of course, it is the win for Bengaluru FC. Varsi and Sagnik still, I think Sagnik still trying to get over that last shot, but they got the 3 points. A very, very dominant display. It started off a bit rocky, a bit rough with Varsi being held, or rather holding on to a draw in that situation, and a great performance overall.
Yeah, I do think that game one was clutched by Varsi because I feel like if Shubham had got the win, Dougal would go into his game a lot more free, perhaps could have gotten a draw himself against Sagnik or even a win. But without that win, you could see how much pressure there was on that co-op game, especially because it felt like Varsi had a point to prove in this game. He's like, you took away 35 plus minutes of my game because of that red card. Now I'm going to just truly let my wings unfurl and show you the beast I am.
Yeah, I mean, it was just almost a goal of the competition tournament happening after a point between the two of them. And yeah, you can see just all the skills. This one was, I think, a very key moment in the game. If that one smashes in off the underside of the crossbar, it's a completely different complexion. But after that, I mean, it was just complete plain sailing for Bengaluru FC as they, again, just like in Sagnik's game, could have actually scored much more goals. Getting a bit fortunate with this one, the goalkeeper smashing into the post himself, losing his bearings and not being able to cover that back post. As you see, almost nutmegging his own striker over there with that shot. But yeah, they're enjoying themselves. That's been their pattern: win, lose, and this was just, oh my god, this was outstanding stuff. And the little celebration there as well, like, ooh, okay, yeah, I can play too. I know a few things as well.
The cheeky laughter right after he saw Sagnik's reaction too, it just sort of sums it up perfectly. But right here you can see there were a few moments where Odisha FC tried, but we mentioned this in the cast too, right? Like as you said, after that goal that Varsi was able to score, the morale just completely broken for Odisha FC, and you can see the stats basically tell the story of this match. 0.8 EXG. That's never something you want to see as a as a FIFA lover.
Yeah, and of course you do see Odisha had a lot of passes made, but just no penetration at the end of it. Like possession stats generally pretty even. But again, the same pattern of not seeing them really going for a lot of tackles. You can see Bengaluru FC obviously very eager to win the ball back. They didn't win a lot of those tackles. They won like 8 out of 20, but the fact is that they were constantly trying to win that ball back, and that's something that maybe Odisha FC, it's a pattern we've seen emerge over their 3 games, maybe something that they need to work on.
Yeah, absolutely. In fact, I remember the one time they were trying to tackle, even the ball just landed at their feet and it went for a shot. So definitely a little bit of luck also factoring in. But yeah, it's been the fact that not just Shubham, but even Dougal in his game barely attempting even those tackles, trying to maybe put some pressure on. And as you can see on the board right here, it is going to be the win for Bengaluru FC. Another 3 points and perhaps joy for their next opponents.
Yeah, because it's their life is just a sine wave. It's up and down and up and down. I'm sure we'll get to have a quick look at the leaderboard as well to sort of illustrate that fact. But quickly, let's find out who the hero of the match is. I don't think there's going to be too many surprises, and I assume it's going to be a Bengaluru FC player. It is Sagnik with 7 goals scored. So he's had an absolute field day today, probably putting himself in contention for that nice MVP prize if he keeps this form up.
Yeah, 7, and that's going to help their goal difference massively as well. But I guess so the only goal Varsi did score in the co-op was that brilliant goal, and you can see now highlights of some of the plays Sagnik able to make. And yeah, it's just this is why I think a player is so scared of him in the final third. He has this instinct which is nuts with the reactions he's able to use to pull it off. The execution is always on point, and I think it's this goal that really got us the cancel and then the pass in. Yash.
Yeah, that's beautiful. I mean, that's the kind of stuff you actually see in a real football match from players who are at the absolute peak of their confidence. And with 7 goals scored, I'm not sure where the package can accommodate all 7 goals in our highlights. But yeah, great stuff. And let's quickly look at what's going to happen further on. We do have Bengaluru FC now with 9 points. Yeah, there we go. Quickly just having a look at Bengaluru FC. 6 games played, of course, 1 game less than Chennai and FC, and 2 games, 1 game more than Chennai and 2 games more than FC Goa. But, well, it's sort of almost like the F1 analogy of track position. I mean, they're ahead in second place. Probably going to lose their next game because that's how the math seems to be working for them. But let's hope for their sake that they do manage to keep it together, because I think out of all the teams we've seen so far, these guys seem to be enjoying themselves the most.
Yeah, absolutely. They're usually the players, not just outside the game, right, with the smiles and stuff, but inside the game as well, who look like they're truly expressing themselves, who are truly enjoying the opportunity they've been given through the eISL, and it's why you want to see them being a little more consistent, perhaps. But you mentioned the F1 analogy part, and it gets me worried, but hold on to that thought. I'll finish that thought in a bit. We'll head on quickly over to Sagnik, who is waiting for us, I believe, with an interview. So, hey Sagnik, congratulations first of all. 7 goals, you had a monstrous performance today.
Thank you, thank you.
So Sagnik, I just wanted to check, so with you and Varsi, was there a goal of the tournament competition going on between you all today? Because you all just kept trying. You scored one spectacular goal, little solo tricks all over the place, and then Varsi scored another peach. So were you all just enjoying yourselves a lot, having fun today?
Yeah, I mean, after like the 2-0 lead, we knew that even if they scored 2 goals, we get a draw, and then eventually we win because of my win. So yeah, we were trying out and expressing ourselves.
So just between you and Varsi, whose goal do you think was better?
I mean, I think Vasi 100% that third goal, like it literally shocked me as well.
Yeah, we were looking at your reaction. I think Varsi himself, for him, it was the first game. It didn't really let him express, so it felt like a burden left off his shoulders. But on that note, I do want to ask you, you guys, right now you're second on the table, but with 3 wins and 3 losses, it's been a little bit of a roller coaster of a journey. So how has it been personally for you going through those wins and losses?
Yeah, I mean, Vasi, as I said earlier, also he's one of India's top players. I mean, I think he has been his form is down for a few days, and after seeing today's game, I think he'll be back up by the next game day. And like if he clutches up, I think there's no stopping us.
Well, thank you, and congratulations for the hero of the match and for the 3 points as well. We'll be looking forward to seeing both of you in the future.
Thank you, boys. Thank you. Have a good day.
Well, I mean, as you heard it seems like maybe Varsi had a dip of form, but he seems to be back after that goal. Well, I can't deny that.
Yeah, I mean, you can't be low on confidence if you're scoring those kind of goals. So, yeah, great stuff from them. Congratulations to Bengaluru FC, and well, hopefully, fingers crossed, the math works in their direction and they don't actually end up losing the next game.
Yeah, absolutely. But with that, it is the end of our match today. A big thank you, of course, to eISL and Coca-Cola, who we are powered by, with Hero as our associate sponsor, Nordwind Gaming as our esports partner, and PlayStation as our platform partner. Of course, we wouldn't get to see these amazing goals without this amazing platform. So once again, a big thank you. But that's all for the day. It will be both me and Azim signing off. We'll see you soon, mate.